What will happen to Miss Pavlova now then? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. I see. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganov? I wanted to help our angel no matter what, but I didn't think about you, about how you lost a good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Kazuma's death feels like such a waste, but... well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Da. Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the consul to arrange your passage back to Japan. Yes. I did stow away after all. I couldn't really expect any different. So you should get back to your cabin now. Oh, I was hoping I could travel to Great Britain in Kazuma's place, but no. It looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it's even begun then. To think that only days ago Kazuma and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like a distant memory now. Oh, what's that? Is it someone weeping? Sato-san! Sato-san? His sword. Naruhodo-san, I didn't know you had returned. Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that. Oh, I'm sad too. I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that. Sato-san. He had such grand ideas for this visit to Great Britain, so many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away, just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now... now we know the truth, that it was just an accident. Well, it was half an accident and half like... murder in passion, I guess? Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo-san, it's just too much. I feel you. Oh. I wish there was something I could say. Oh, okay, no. It's this inspector. My duty was to see Asogi-san safely to Great Britain, but I failed. And caused his two closest friends great pain and suffering as a result. I've let everyone down. And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody blames you, Inspector. What? Wait. Huh? Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo! Oh my god, what have you done? What is the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake, shall we say? You are a stowaway after all. You're evil. Sholmes, you're evil. He thinks this is funny? Mr. Sholmes. We do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Not at all, not at all, and though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences? The loss of your companion is truly heartrending. I hope that you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor. I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened. What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway. The terms of the study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be one lawyer and one assistant. Was to be. In the light of Mr. Azuki's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead. Oh no, I don't care for me, but... Sato-san! My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is one lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely. But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer. No. In her eyes, I do not have the qualifications. Ah, my heart is breaking. Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain, I'm afraid. Oh, but anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I would say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer. Yes. Come on, Ryunosuke, say something. Miss Sato? Yes? Do you think perhaps I might be able to do it? But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, unless... Are you studying law? Not at all. But I was a lawyer, right? I defended myself last time. No, I'm not, but... I'm sorry. In that case, I don't think there's even a chance it could work. But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Wait, what are you suggesting? Like, I learned the law during that month? Yes, I have a month in which to study to learn what I must to become a lawyer in Great Britain. Mr. Naruhodo! That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody could learn all of that in just 40 days? There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate. But why put yourself in such a difficult position? For Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain, and that he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let all that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, it's for my own benefit too. I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Miss Sato? She's smiling! It's the first time we saw her smile! I think it's a wonderful idea. Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? Are you serious? One lawyer and one assistant. The numbers are indisputable. No, it's madness. Yet fascinating, wouldn't you agree? Fascinating. Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination. Speak for yourself. Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? And you've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion and despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here. Oh, thank you, Inspector! If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes, I'm going to try. I wonder, would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? I would be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant after all. Oh, that's the same pose as Maya, right? That's why I find this posture very familiar. Thank you. And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this. What? Me? Are you sure? I'm sure it's what Kazuma-sama would have wanted. Its name is Karuma. It's a great sword that's been in the Yasugi clan for generations. Oh, very well, I accept. I'll treasure it always. Oh my god! It will always remember me of my boyfriend. Ah, so painful. So then, Mr. Sato, it seems we'll be working together for some time to come yet. It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. Uh-oh. We shall fill every spare moment with study. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Are you sure about that? But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask of you too. Goodness, what is it? Please throw me to the ground. 3 times. Oh, no, what? What? I should never have doubted you. You were Kazuma-sama's closest friend. Yeah, I was! Of course, you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me, and no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior. No, you were in shock. You just found out about the stowing away, and the cabin door was locked from the inside. No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you, and not just once, but 5 times. Okay, but why do you demand me to throw you only 3 times? That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it? Please, you must. Just take hold of me and throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it. But maybe you can teach me how to do your takedown. No. I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone in my life. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without a considerable training. Oh, Mr. Sholmes! I observed your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling. Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling but my own interpretation of an ancient jujutsu technique. Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. Ah, how beguiling. I am a practitioner of the combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your wrestling throw. Yes, I'd be honored. Then let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madam. Please do not demonstrate on me, please. I want to learn too. Oh, of course. And there we go. Are you ready, Mr. Naruhodo? Sorry? Hiya! As you can see, you throw from the abdomen. Oh yes, wrestling indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it? Actually, no. That was a Susato squash. A squash? Why do I have to be a victim in this? In my groggy state of consciousness, a scene from an evening recently spent with Kazuma flickered into my mind. Kaduma? That's right, it's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. A Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryunosuke. I can't be parted from my katana. Kaduma guides me. I truly believe that. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two? Not that you would need much compelling. Sounds like Nightblood. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. Okay, something else? I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Oh, of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. I still don't know what that was. Oh, what? Then how am I gonna accomplish his thing? I don't even know. But I'm going to see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. It's almost 2 weeks now since we left Japan. I can't believe how quickly time has gone. So, our next port of call will be Shanghai. Who's there? Who could it be at this hour? A detective? A detective? Who? A great detective? I don't get it. What's a great detective? If you would just be so kind as to open the door... Oh yes, sorry, of course. Oh, they met before? Is something wrong, Detective? Are you investigating a case? Wherever a great detective goes, great cases occur. Indeed, I am the root of all evil. Sorry? Then I don't think I want you in my cabin. Under our very noses on the steamship, a terrible theft has just occurred. What? You noticed, I presume, the brief power failure a short while ago? Oh yes, the power couldn't have been out for more than 10 minutes though. Indeed, yet that was ample time for this wicked crime to be perpetrated. I see. Well, clearly it's a case that needs investigating. Precisely. The culprit ran away in this direction, down the first-class cabin passageway here. Really? The thief came this way? I'm quite sure of it. It may have escaped the attention of the dim-witted crew, but not of the great detective. To that end, I would be obliged if you would allow me to investigate here in this cabin. Well... How curious. Is there some reason why it would inconvenience you to have your cabin searched? Inconvenience me? Well, I'd be lying if I said no. After all... There's a stowaway in that wardrobe right over there. It's just me in here, you see, no one else, so you might perhaps want to focus your attention on one of the other first-class cabins. Oh no, I looked in that direction! Oh, Sholmes must have picked that up, right? As it happens... You are the only first-class passenger at present. The other cabins are vacant. Oh. Shush! Did that rather tragic rumbling of the stomach arise from within you, my good fellow? Oh, that was the stomach. Oh, of course, I said I'm the only person in here. It's not long until dinner time now, so perhaps we could do this afterwards? I do apologize, sir, but it is of the first importance that the investigation is not delayed. Now, if you'll excuse me... There he goes. Wait, where did he go? Oh, how did he suddenly move all the way over there? Yes, without a doubt, if the culprit were to be hiding in this cabin, it would have to be inside this wardrobe. Uh-oh. I shall need to examine this wardrobe thoroughly. I presume you have no objection. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to decline. Really, you won't find any... Oh well. That's it. My cover's blown. Did those two rather tragic sneezes arise from your good self? Oh, of course they did. As I said, I'm the only person in here. You have a curious knack of talking while sneezing then. Twice, no less. This is going to be a tough one to argue. I was watching you quite intently, sir, and I assure you I saw no signs of a sneeze. Couldn't Ryunosuke have held his nose? As I was saying, I shall need to examine this wardrobe. We've had it now then. The game's up. Nobody hiding in here, it seems. What? Don't be so surprised, Kazuma. You seem surprised. No, not at all. Yes, I am. He was in there for sure. I shut the doors on him myself. More visitors? Who's this now? Don't tell me this is now Ryunosuke. Excuse me. Oh, Seaman Stroganoff. Sorry for disturbing, but crime has been committed on board ship. Yes, I heard. A terrible theft, apparently. How do you know this? Well, the detective here just informed me, you see? Detective? Yes, assumed you must have asked him to investigate. Detective, could you... Oh, he's gone. Where did he go? I must ask you to cooperate with the investigation into this crime fully. Uh-oh, he's glaring at the wardrobe already. Well done, you found me. What are you doing hiding in my wardrobe? My good man, I was merely assessing the practicality of concealment in such a place. And I would say that at a push, a human could survive for up to 5 minutes in that cramped space. Ryunosuke's been in there for a fortnight. Is he not human? Who are you? Shh, this is the moment of truth. The great detective is about to unveil the sordid details of this wretched crime. You mean to say... Yes, there can be no doubt that the culprit of this terrible theft did indeed conceal himself within this wardrobe. What? But that's impossible. He couldn't have done. Because my best friend was in there the entire time, or at least I thought he was. How can you be so sure of this? Elementary, my dear fellow. The criminal left behind the most revealing evidence. How else could you explain these 3 bones? Ugh. What the... He's right. Look at those gnawed bones in there. And 3 of them. The criminal has escaped this time, but I will find him and crush him. Could I ask you something, detective? Why, yes, of course. I am always delighted to answer an inquiring mind. In this terrible theft, what exactly was stolen? Aha, what else? But some steaks on the rib bone. Huh? Did you say steaks on the rib bone? For this evening's dinner, 3 rib steaks were stolen from Ship's kitchen only a short time ago. There was a malfunction with generator and Ship was without lights for 10 minutes. Chef who saw criminal said he ran away down first-class passageway. And now I am on his tail. I'm afraid to say, dear fellow, that your man is no longer in this cabin. But how? Through the cabin door, no less. Having devoured his haul in his bedroom, in this wardrobe, the culprit discarded the bones and concealed himself behind the cabin door as you came inside. Then, when attention was turned to the wardrobe, he seized his chance to escape through the open door. What? Make haste, my good man, after the culprit. I shall follow presently.
Hold it!
Something troubles you, sir? I think maybe criminal is not running away at all. What are you suggesting? Now I know where the dog is buried, Mr. Asogi. Me? Duh, when I think that you are culprit, everything is falling to pieces. The criminal that disappeared in first-class passageway, the bones in the wardrobe. All clues are pointing their fingers at you. Don't be ridiculous, I would never. Yes, of course. I established at once that you couldn't be the perpetrator of this crime. You did? Why, how are you so sure? My dear fellow, there are but 2 things in this world on which one can rely with total certainty. What 2 things? The first is the word of a great detective. And the second... The second is the tragic rumbling of an empty belly. Not again. When I first entered this cabin, there did arise from this gentleman a belly rumbling so odiously tragic that it confirmed beyond all doubt that the man had not eaten a single rib steak in some time, let alone 3. This doesn't sound like stomach rumbling. Why do I have to suffer this humiliation when I've done nothing wrong? Curse this, I will catch this thief. He cannot have gone far. Indeed, assuming he decided against a post-meal constitutional swim. Well, if you will excuse me now, my apologies for upsetting your evening. Don't tell me Sholmes stole the steak. Detective, one moment please. Yes? That was a most remarkable deduction. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to tell me your name. It quite slipped my mind. You have been talking with one and only Herlock Sholmes. I see. Well, I'm Kazuma Asogi. I'm a student on my way to Great Britain. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Asogi. Oh, and before I forget... Yes? I feel I should warn you. Live cargo is strictly forbidden on this vessel. So you would do well to conceal the stowaway currently lying low under your bed as carefully as possible. Oh, under the bed? I bid you farewell then, Mr. Asogi. Ryunosuke? He's uncovered our secret. I suppose I should have expected nothing less of a great detective. Now then, when did you move in under the bed? I thought we'd had it when you opened the wardrobe door. Well, it was thanks to that split-second chance you engineered. That I what? You distracted him for a moment, remember? When you suggested that he investigated the other cabins instead. Oh yes, he turned to look towards the corridor, didn't he? Well, I couldn't see what he was doing, of course, but I thought to myself, it's now or never, and the next thing I knew, I was under the bed. You really know how to give me a scare, don't you? Wait, Ryunosuke, did you really steal those steaks? Anyway, what's all this about the ripped steaks, eh? Sorry about that. I've just been so hungry. Ever since we left Japan, stuck in that tiny wardrobe. Well, you should know, you've been splitting all your meals with me. You must be starving too, surely. Right on cue. And there was that power cut before, wasn't there? For about 10 minutes. So it was then... I caught a whiff of the most delicious smell. And I thought to myself, it's now or never. And next thing I knew, I had a steak in my hands. Wait, but you didn't leave Kazuma anything? You're such a bad friend, Ryunosuke. This man just can't help getting himself into trouble. Well, alright, you were hungry, but 3 steaks? Thanks to you, 3 crewmen are going to go without tonight, I imagine. No, it was just the one. What? I only took 1 rib steak from the kitchen, that's all. But I don't understand. Hey, I'm not that selfish. If I'd stolen 3 steaks, I'd at least have tossed one of them your way. Oh, thank you. I'm not your pet dog. Well, in that case, who stole the other 2? Do you think... Could there be a ghost on board? A meat-loving ghost? Ryunosuke, don't be ridiculous. There can only have been a single bone in the wardrobe when Ryunosuke moved to hide under the bed. Which means that the other 2 bones can only have been put there by one very flesh and blood person. Hahaha! What's so funny? We are on a haunted ghost ship! A great detective or a great mischief maker. Either way, I think I'd like to spend a little more time getting to know that man. The great Herlock Sholmes. Wait, did Kazuma steal the ribsteaks then? I didn't get the last part.